Ma'am, I invite Vedraj sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, for session 2. Now, I would like to request Mr. Vedraj sir, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, to introduce about our speaker, Dr. P. Ezhumalai sir, Professor and Head, Department of CSE, R.M.D. Engineering College. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the management, respected principal, HOD, it gives me an immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to everyone present here. The next distinguished to honor us with his presence is none other than our beloved HOD, Dr. P. Ezhumalai, CSE Department, R.M.D. Engineering College. He completed his BE CSE in the year 1992 from University of Madras and MTech CSE in the year 2006 from J&T University, Hyderabad, and PhD from Anna University, Chennai in the year 2012. He has more than 30 years of working experience in the teaching profession and 10 years of research experience. He has organized and conducted many workshops, seminars, and conferences. He has written a book named as Computer Programming, published by reputed publication. He has got National Citizenship Gold Medal Award for Excellence from Global Economic Progress and Research Association, New Delhi. His research area are multi-core architecture, computer networks, theory of computation, and compiler design. Patent has been granted for his research work, Virtual Jewelry. He has published more than 40 papers in reputed international national journals and presented more than 35 papers in reputed international national conferences. He is guiding currently 11 PhD research scholars in his area. He has received Best Aggregated Student Award on behalf of CSE student from CSI Chennai chapter for 3 consecutive years from 2012 to 2014 and 2016. He is a member in CSI and IEA. He has given various guest lectures in reputed engineering colleges. Now, I request the respected Dr. P. Ezhumalai to talk about the research in AR and VR.
Thank you, Vedraj. So let me extend my warm welcome for all the participants today. Let me extend my gratitude for our management and our principal, coordinator, Dr. Shobharani, and a most welcome for all the participants, those who are attending 4 days for this STTP, Faculty Induction Program. So in this continuation, the 5th day, so the part of already you learned more about what is a augmented reality, what is a virtual reality. So the extension of this, what is the research going on in this field? What and all, who are the companies, which countries most they are showing interest in this research field, where the importance for this augmented reality and virtual reality, the present day is going on. What is the advantage it is? So what could be the future it is? So like this, so we are going to discuss in this for this 1 hour. So first of all, thank you for all the participants. So excellently organizing all the organizers, the coordinator. So I could congratulate for all the people. So we are all back end for this wonderful induction program. So I am the HOD of Computer Science Engineering, R.M.D. Engineering College. So first 15 years I'm working in this group of institution. So our college is now autonomous institution. So in this topic, so data analytics, treasure and big data visualization in augmented reality and virtual reality. So in this topic, we are going to discuss today is what is the research in augmented reality and virtual reality. Before going to see the research going on in this field, let us briefly review what is augmented reality. So what is a virtual reality? We see that picture for the augmented reality. So augmented reality is nothing but the reality can put answer to right where your questions are overlaying helpful for visual content information on the world. This means the augmented reality overlays digital content and information on the physical world. They are actually where with you in your own space. Augmented reality opens up new ways for your device to be helpful throughout your day by letting you experience digital content the same way we experience the world. It let you search things visually, same by pointing your camera, like it can be write your answer questions by overlaying visual immersive content on the top of real world. It enhanced visualization for the real physical world, makes you digital visual elements, sound, simulation, elementary technology, all the things. So when you show the real picture in the system, so what are the details of the system? You should be know through this augmented reality. It's a virtual digital content, but actual real picture. That means the real picture, the real things we are seeing in the computer. So this is called augmented reality. So it is entirely different from the virtual reality. Okay, it is a real world. Yes, the real world scenarios we are seeing through the computerized environment. That is called augmented reality. But in virtual reality, it is entirely different. The virtual reality can bring you anywhere, helping you learn about different places and ideas by experience them where actually there. The virtual reality is the thing. So you put it in the real scenario, is a completely programming, computer generated things. The virtual reality takes the same component to another level by producing an entirely computer generated simulation of an alternative world. This immersive simulation can be created almost any visual or place imaginable for the player using the special equipment such as computers, sensors, headset, and gloves. Basically, it is near reality, a three-dimensional computer-generated environment which can be explored and interact with by a person. The person becomes a part of this virtual world or is immersed within this environment, able to manipulate objects or perform a series of actions. In brief of this virtual reality is you part of the system. It is completely generated, simulated. So when you are entering to home in the virtual reality, you feels like that entering into the home. We can see, we can step. If there is a step, uppercase step is there means we can feel that we are stepping into the staircase. Suppose once you entered in the virtual reality in the beach, you feel that you're walking along the beach. Like an environment, it will be created. It is completely generated. Okay, so totally the virtual reality is different from the augmented reality. So this most of the video games now using this virtual reality is coming out. So that makes it some billions of dollars today. So because of this technologies nowadays, the most advanced technologies using this virtual reality. So money also generated as much as required for this. So because of this technology, we should know the future will be completely based on these two technologies. Let us see that what is the virtual reality, augmented reality, merged reality. That means we call it as mixed reality. The virtual reality is the completely digital environment. Already I told you the fully enclosed synthetic experience in no sense real world. Real world is not is by the entirely simulated world. Okay, you bring into that simulated world. Entire things is digital created. But in the augmented reality is a real world with digital information overlay. When we show some picture means so the details of the picture, details of the thing, we can get it from the augmented reality. So real world remains the central to the experience enhanced by virtual details. So real thing will be there. The details will be enhanced in the augmented reality. Merged, mixed reality. The both real virtual reality and augmented reality mixed. So most of the robotics now combined with these two technologies, virtual reality and augmented reality. So these two called as a merged or called as MR, mixed reality. The interaction with and application manipulation of both the physical and the virtual environment. So these are the technologies we are going to discuss in past 4 days. So actually, what is the research is in augmented reality and virtual reality today is going on. The past, present, and future of augmented reality and virtual reality research. For example, we are discussing 4 different things we are doing here: past, present, and future. Suppose the channels, for example, in the past, what channels you are using? Printed media, radio, television, telemarketing is a past. The present you are using web, social medias, mobile, paid advertising, like this channels, the way we are communicating with the community or the society. These are the channels. In future, it could be the smart home devices, virtual reality, augmented reality, dark socials. Dark social means the mails you can send to the person with link, like this called dark details. So without showing any details, we are sending the link to that person. The person can see that what is that. So this type of communications modes will be in future. The approach, what type of approach will be in the present and in the past? Instinct driven. You know that what is that? Insight driven and AI driven. The future will be completely, the approach will be AI driven only. So reactive approach, reactive, proactive, customer first. Customer first. Brand first is the one of the thing. Customer focused. Brand first means what is the brand nowadays? It's past varies. At present, the customer focused. What is the customer needed? That will be focused today. In future, will be customer lead. So these are the approaches. Strategy also will make difference in the past, present, and strategy. Future also. The technology, for example, technology. So in the past, we are using telephone, PC, spreadsheet, CRM, so emails. These are the past we are using. The present, the marketing automation, data manipulations like social media, so e-commerce, like present you are using. In the future, it could be the technology, AI, artificial intelligence, IoT, and beacons. So the machine learning, and blockchain. So these are the technologies you are using for the future. So they completely, instead of the future, the coming years, 5 to 10 years, the technology completely changing to the present scenario too. So completely AI-driven technology. AI-driven technology also using for augmented reality and virtual reality. So these are the things we learn a little bit about what could be the future. These are the opportunities in augmented reality and virtual reality. So we are estimated worldwide virtual and augmented reality exported and revenue, for example, in 2016, augmented reality is 0.1 million units we are exporting for this augmented reality. Similarly, so what is the amount generated for the 2016 means 2.1 billion, 0.2 billion amount is generated for the augmented reality in 2016. Similarly, the virtual reality, 10 million units are shipmented in 2016. The amount is generated for 2.1 billion amount is generated for the 2016. At present, 2021, so 27.3 million units, these numbers are generated, augmented units are generated and exported. The amount is generated for this 48.7 billion amount is dollar. Amount is generated from this augmented reality. But in the virtual reality, though it is 72 billion, the amount is $18.6 billion are generated from the virtual reality. So see that augmented reality is a cost generating more, money generating more through the augmented reality. Most of the companies are world is involved, the augmented reality is generated one of the money generating technology for in future. So these are the opportunities here we are. So evolution of augmented reality and virtual reality in gaming industry. So these two technologies is a completely focused gaming only. So most of the 90% of money is generated from the gaming technology for the present. In future will be it will slowly little bit. So all the societal needs is evolving. So monetization means money generation is previous how it is previously one-time purchase. For the gaming means one-time purchase. That game are using only one-time purchase. Now we are using in-game for transactions. Okay, in-game transaction, what you need, that will be transacted. Another person will be need for another transaction, means you are used for the, so next game for this. In future, it will be NFTs, decentralized marketplace. Okay, so it will be in the cloud, which you need to purchase and get it from the gaming. It is as a monetization benefit, the money generation benefit for the previous, present, and future. The devices, see that devices, previous, it is console, like a video games you are playing, means the console devices looks like this. Now we are using for mobile phone, using for the video playing. In future, it will be VR, augmented reality, and virtual reality, it looks like. So in the future, it will be completely for augmented and virtual reality access only. So in the accessing mode, the physically, in the picture, the physical copy, like a CD, DVD, like the previous you are using for this type of accessing mode. So media, so where we are storing the data that we are using for physical copy of the data. So now we are using a digital download. Is available in the cloud. So which you want, you can download the digital downloaded. In future, instant access cloud streaming. Okay, instant access the cloud streaming. So which you need at present, that can be get it from the cloud. That could be in the future for the access your data. So in content creation, in future it will be developer lead. So like this, so the content will be created particular companies, the content only you can download and see, we can get the data, we can get the knowledge through this content developer leaders. So in present, user generated content. User generated content means you can, the user, what will be do at present, we can add, modify, we can generate, we can add the new things in the present. In future, it will be AI generated content. So completely artificial generated content will be the creation for the future. So these are the things will be changed. In experience, single player, previously the gaming, only single player can be used. At present, multiple players can be used for the games. In future, massive, interactive, live events will be there. Okay, so these are the gaming. Why discussing about the gaming means? So the completely, these technologies, most of the revenue is generated from the gaming. So these are the present, previous, and then what could be the future. So these are the things we have learned. So for example, see here the games. A revolution in the gaming sector, a realistic, complete virtual world, but it will be controlled by the human body movement. The body movement, how we are moving the body, so depends upon that movement of the body, the game will be controlled. So there will be augmented reality gaming, 50% of global game market applications. The target revolution for this will be 25 billion by 2025. So these are the most of the games in AR, VR is completely controlled by the human body features movement. AR, VR in education. How could the AR augmented reality and virtual reality in education field? It helps the student to focus, to eliminate language barriers. It is easy to improve learning process, contribute to the creating more inclusive classrooms, focus on exploration, practice with AR, VR devices. So education field is the most of the important thing in future. So with multicultural society, especially at higher education levels, language difference can be significant challenge as the students may not be able to understand the material and have difficulties with assignments, and this could be ultimately influence their performance. While on average of regular student can remember 30% of what they hear and 20% of what they see. Additionally, in traditional classrooms where teachers are using only for images and auditory materials, students oftentimes can understand only so much from the pictures and explanations when it comes from complex concepts, theories, and subjects. Augmented reality and virtual reality can also contribute to create a more inclusive classroom, as virtual reality and augmented reality can be beneficial for the students who have various disabilities. Moreover, without this pressure and competitiveness, that classrooms often can be bring students to feel more encouraged and empowered to learn and practice these devices through simply exploring their own space. So these are the education details in the augmented reality and virtual reality. In healthcare, see that in healthcare department, how the technologies are using nowadays. So it's a positive impact on the healthcare industry, medical consultations virtually in telemedicine. Augmented reality training simulates, allows the physical therapy straight to our patient's body. So along with this medical help of these technologies, augmented reality and virtual reality positive impact the healthcare industry, just like that, an Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. These are the most of the things we are using in the medical field. Augmented reality, for example, we can use in the way of telemedicine. That is a concept of receiving medical consultation from a doctor without being physically present in the hospital. And telehealth is also a new way to monitor your patient's health from a remote location with features like live video monitoring, geo-based pharmacy recommendations, simplified billing, and electronic health record integration. There are several examples of augmented reality and virtual reality in healthcare sector. Augmented reality and virtual reality will be also used to improve the way surgeries are performed today. There is a specific type of augmented reality software, augmented reality training simulators that let the doctors map all the motions needed for physical therapy straight to their patient's body. Artificial intelligence and machine learning enable technologies like robotics, making a big difference in several areas of healthcare, like the IBM Boston Care Manager help enhance data management, improve drug recovery methods, and allow physicians to see data and other information in front of them without detaching themselves from the critical task at hand. So these are the medical field, how these technologies are using. In retail and advertisement, see that improve customer experience, virtual walkthroughs, overlay three-dimensional items. So see how you seeing that. So when you are retail or advertisement, we can see all the three-dimensional picture in our mobile. So what are the features in the particular things you are going to purchase? We can see it completely, all the features along with it. So all the three-dimensional pictures in the mobile phone. So with this type of retail advertisements is enabled in this type of augmented reality and virtual reality technologies. And also improves customer experience by presenting customer with 3D models of products. Helps customer to make better choices. Virtual walkthroughs of products. Used to lead customer to virtual stores and rooms. Customers can overlay the 3D items on their spaces. Used to select them best suitable to match their spaces regarding size, shape, color, and type. Advertisements can be included to help companies to popularize the content to viewers. So in these technologies, so the advertisement and retail sellers, these technologies can be used in future. In military also, these technologies using for this type of purpose. Creating specialized military training in virtual reality, preparing a military simulation training before an operation, maintaining defense and engineering equipment, remotely collaborating on defense project. So these are the mostly technologies, VR technologies using in the military also. Virtual reality training is a common use case of virtual reality technologies. It often helps for training exercises that are too rare, too expensive, or too dangerous to be done in real life. Training simulation in the military field foster the combat skills and small-scale units or single soldiers by simulating actual vehicles, soldiers, and a combat environment with virtual reality headset and the controllers. Trainees are completely immersed with the virtual environment. So, but the virtual reality technologies also help with the decision making and tactics in the actual compact situation by rendering actual battlefield in the virtual reality technologies and giving a fully immersive experience to the users. The command staff can easily grasp the situation. And also, virtual reality is a perfect tool for convincing and optimizing military equipment. Remote work in virtual reality is crucial when countries are sharing military assets or research to create the virtual prototype. So these are the ways the technology also helps in military domain. In the tourism, you can most of the visual effects from the tourism, user to point their smartphone at a building or a landmark and learn more about it in real time, enhance the physical environment, change in consumer lifestyles over the past decade. So you can see whatever you want through this device. And also, over recent times, augmented reality has become increasingly popular within the travel industry. This is primarily because it enables hotels, other business operating in this field to enhance the physical environments. They are actually trying to encourage customers to visit, including local sites and hotel rooms. Apart from this, unlike other purchases, travel tends to be heavily researched as a customers require a lot of information before they arrive. In addition, in this field, information does not stop when the customer arrives. Augmented reality can serve to ensure much of this information is available to them 24/7. At the times, it is the most relevant. In future, one of the keys for augmented reality adoption within the travel industry has been general change in the consumer lifestyles over the past decades. Modern customers are already in habit of using their smartphone a lot when they travel to so step towards the augmented reality apps. Those phones is not a big one. So before going to that particular phase, the customers or travelers are interested to know about the field, what they are see. So all the features together through these technologies. So these are the ways, and then tourism also, these technologies are using nowadays. In augmented reality and virtual reality manufacturing construction, the augmented reality makes an equipment with a monitor, work in progress, and also decorated the animation with more complex effects, such as digital twins will transform the way many jobs and real many problems. So in the construction field, augmented reality technology can facilitate and accelerate processes at factories. So augmented reality enhances engineers to demonstrate prototype, construction sites, and etc. They share their vision. Augmented reality makers on the equipment with help of monitor to work in progress. Digital maps and plans save time and promote understanding. Augmented reality glasses can give manufacturing and field workers real-time data that helps to reduce errors and improve accuracy, safety, and quality. And also, combined with collaborated blueprint buildings and along with the subsequent preparation of models. Also, our experts decorated the animation with more complex effects. Okay, that means appearance of the staircase, windows, houses, all this we can see this technology. So, and also developed our pipeline for preparing animations and rendering complex scenes. And also developed all parts of building appearance, we can see these technologies before construction started. So all the three-dimensional views, we can see these technologies, where actual rooms, what type of paint, so what type of shape is actually, so we feel like actually we are in this original building. So using virtual realization technology for visualization or modeling minimizes the need for 3D printer modeling while further facilitating the work. The enterprises are already combining with augmented reality and virtual reality technologies and live IoT sensor data to create digital replica of a physical asset. Such digital twins will inspecting the objects and and virtual reality technology without visiting remote or dangerous sites. For example, engineer located can we see the digital view for malfunction for the contribute for identify, fix the issue or real time. Before going to that particular dangerous places, we can view all the things through these technologies, and we can fix anything is error or some problems there, means we can fix this error or rectify these problems through these technologies. So these are the ways of using the AR/VR technologies for the construction field. AR, augmented reality and virtual reality and societal outreach. How these technologies is useful for society people. So we can see this here, autonomous wheelchair. It's motion tracking, area learning, depth perception. See that. So the autonomous wheelchair, AVR meets augmented reality with Arduino is combined with Google's project called Tango. An autonomous wheelchair is born. Functionally, of the project Tango can be outlined based on the three concepts: motion tracking, area learning, depth perception. All this where you want to go. If you are pressing these buttons, we can directly to take you to that particular place. So where you want to move, which room you want to move, kitchen or some other places, where you want to move. So in the sitting places, this wheelchair so automatically takes you to that particular place. So these other technologies are also using mostly in the society for physically able people. And also this technologies for outreach, development of new teaching methods that can improve the educational process. Before going to see that, let us see on video the Mojo Vision. This is the first year contact lens who prepared. So see, we will see how they are prepared.
Modern
This
technology promises to keep us more connected, but in surrounding ourselves with screens and devices, it feels as though we've lost something. Imagine if we could replace our screens with something that informs without distraction. Could we see differently, more clearly? Could it help us find that invisible edge we need it most? Or allow us to connect in crucial moments, providing vital information in an instant? Introducing Mojo Lens, the world's first augmented reality smart contact lens. Put Mojo Lens on in the morning, and throughout your day, you will have access to timely information without losing focus on the world around you. Mojo Lens is designed not to bombard you with data, but to elevate your vision by providing the information you need exactly when it's needed, all while letting you look like yourself. When it's not in use, the technology just fades away. We call this concept invisible computing.
Mojo's invisible computing solution will be a platform that gives you everyday superpowers and an invisible edge throughout your day. But before it does any of that, it first has to be a great contact lens that improves your natural vision even when it's off. Mojo Lens built-in display will give you augmented reality wherever you look. It even works with your eyes closed, putting you into an instant VR world.
The applications are nearly limitless, from being able to see in the dark for low light situations, to augmenting your memory with instant information, showing you real-time translations, or giving you a virtual teleprompter. One of our first medical applications is using AR overlays like edge detection, contrast lenses to help people with vision impairments such as glaucoma and macular degeneration.
Building the world's first AR contact lens is a systems engineering problem, and therefore we had to innovate in many different areas. The Mojo Lens includes thin film, biosafe batteries to power the system, as well as motion sensors to enable the world's most accurate eye tracking. We've also developed an extremely low power image sensor that's used for computer vision and scene detection. But at the heart of the Mojo Lens is the world's smallest and densest dynamic display. With this, we can display crisp text, photos, and video in a package that's less than 0.5 millimeter in diameter. We are often asked, how do you control Mojo Lens? The answer is with your eyes. It turns out that your eye is an extremely accurate pointing device. With our built-in eye tracking in each lens, we believe we've unlocked the ultimate hands-free user interface. I like to say, if it doesn't break the laws of physics, then it's possible. Proving that something like Mojo Lens is possible,
motivates us each and every day to invent the future. Ultimately, we believe that we can help people achieve their potential without sacrificing their humanity. That's the promise of the physical computing. Thank you very much for your time today. Eyes up.
Modern technology.
The future scope for this augmented reality and virtual reality, let us see that. So global augmented reality and virtual reality, the market trend between the 21 to 25. The market growth will be accelerate at the rate of compound annual growth rate. The 46% will be there. Definitely, the future will be leading way. So it is a world trend, but what way? It is a marketing scope. So the growth contributed by the Asia specific accreditation corporation will be shows that 34% growth will be there and then before 2025. And also incremental growth, so it will be there 2020 will be that place. In 2025 there will be definitely incremental growth will be there. So $162.71 billion growth will be there in the 2025 incremental growth. So the growth rate for 2021 at present now we are in the place of upwards increasing trend. So 25.13% of growth rate we are having at present. The future will be like this only. The market is fragmented with several players occupying the market. So most of the people are coming to this area to increase in that market trend. So future also there will be many startups there in this area to increase the growth rate. Let us see that one more. This will AR glasses replace a smartphone by 2023. This scene began with AR technology only. How this smartphone replaced by the glass.
The COVID-19 pandemic has shifted the way we work and interact with each other. Lead technology companies are constantly trying to improve the user's experience. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, and others are all working on some form of smart glasses or headset that will change how we view the world around us. This in turn has enabled AR technology to have another moment in the spotlight. This momentum could lead to AR smart glasses that gradually replace smartphones, with such a trend beginning to take shape around 2023. Before we get there are obstacles that need to be solved. Furthermore, the technology needs to advance and become smaller in size. Years after Google's attempt to make AR smart glasses popular, with a different focus from the heavy products such as Microsoft's HoloLens, another prestigious company is having a go. The German company Bosch is now trying to make augmented reality glasses a mass product. The company's approach is to deliberately restrict the technical functions, meaning that the upgraded AR glasses should be hardly distinguishable from normal glasses. The system looks like a mixture of ancient and ultra-modern technology. The image is created by tiny layers built into the frame of the glasses. The laser beams hit a so-called holographic film in the lens, which reflects them at a clearly defined angle, so they hit the retina directly. As Bosch describes this all-in-one smart glasses system delivers a highly intuitive user experience as a convenient display extension, providing an alternative to smartphone or smartwatch screen checking. Various companies have spent years promising smart glasses. However, a significant number of these companies have gone belly up, including Meta, ODG, and Acro. Experts in the field are confident that the development of new technologies such as Internet of Things and 5G will further boost the demand and contribute to a growth of the AR smart glass ecosystem. The 5G connectivity will also help overcome some of the barriers to an AR that exists today. Apple is also building AR glasses, which might boost their chances of mainstream acceptance while adding a massive competitor to the field. Qualcomm Technologies, the world's leading wireless technology innovator, and Enri, the AR glasses manufacturer, are joining forces together with LG, U+, KDDI, and Deutsche Telekom, respectively, to accelerate mass market adoption of AR. They have already partnered with Clay AR, which makes camera-based systems for tracking gestures like pinching, pointing, grabbing, and swiping. Facebook has also been working on augmented reality glasses named Orion. They include a secretly operating system. They possess all the basic features of a smartphone, along with live streaming of information from the viewer's point of view. Their depth camera assembly, DCA, which compromises a light source assembly, a camera assembly, and a controller, will determine depth information associated with one objects in the local area. AR industry seems to have finally learned the lesson of past mistakes of initially rushed technology implementation. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then show your support by subscribing, ringing the bell, and enabling notifications to never miss videos like this.
See that, what could be the picture for this? Let us see this extended reality. They are seeing only about the augmented reality and virtual reality, mixed reality, along with this extended reality. Let us see one video for the extended reality.
As curious beings, it's in our nature to wonder about the future. Even when we think about the past, it's only because we are hardwired to find patterns so we can better predict future outcomes. The driving force that shapes almost every aspect of the future of our civilization is technology. It's a grappling thought when you realise that for most of the time in human history, the lives of our ancestors were not that much different from their previous generation. The human species is about 200,000 years old, and most of that time, humans were hunters and gatherers. Even after we developed civilization, after the invention of agriculture, the lives of ordinary people living in, let's say, the first century of the Common Era remained relatively unchanged compared to people living 1,000 years later. Civilization shifted into the next gear only when the Industrial Revolution kicked in. In a span of only 260 years after the first Industrial Revolution, technology transformed our lives more than ever before in the history of our species. Most science fiction movies portray the lives of people living in the future with fancy gadgets and equipment, fulfilling all of our needs by command. Perhaps the first technology to mimic such a scenario and make us feel like we are living in the future is going to be the use of XR, or extended reality. So, what is exactly XR? To better understand the prospects of extended reality and its applications, we first need to learn about its constituents. XR encompasses a conglomeration of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. First, let's take a look at the most familiar one, VR. Virtual reality is the use of computer technology to create a simulated experience that can be similar to, or completely different from, the real world. Standard virtual reality systems use either VR headsets or multi-projected environments to generate realistic visuals and sounds. The VR headset, with its user interface, offers you a digital experience that you can immerse yourself in any created 3D environment instead of just watching on a conventional 2D computer screen. Some early prototypes of virtual experiences predate even digital computing. Morton Helling wrote in the 1950s of an experience theatre that could encompass all the senses in an effective manner, drawing the viewer into the on-screen activity. In 1962, he built a prototype of his vision called Sensorama, along with 5 short films to be displayed in it while engaging multiple senses such as sight, sound, smell, and touch. Today, there are countless companies producing VR headsets. Among the most popular ones are Sony's PSVR, the standalone Oculus Quest, Valve Index, HTC Vive, etc. Obviously, gaming is the major industry propelling VR forward, but there are other fields beginning to incorporate virtual reality, such as education, medical training, and healthcare in general, the military, etc. If you want to learn more about this subject, we've uploaded a previous video solely dedicated to VR that's being suggested to you at the top right-hand corner. But next is augmented reality. In contrast to virtual reality, AR is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information across multiple, if not all, sensory modulates. AR can be defined as a system that fulfills three basic features: a combination of the real and virtual world, a real-time interaction, and accurate 3D registration of virtual and real objects. The overlaid sensory information can be constructive, additive to the natural environment, or it can be destructive, meaning the natural environment is masked to show virtual objects. In this way, augmented reality alters the perception of the real world, whereas VR completely replaces the user's real-world environment with a simulated one. There are many camera-based AR apps you can use with your smartphone right now. If you happen to own an iPhone, you can download the Measure app from the App Store for free. This app enables you to quickly measure the size of real objects, a person's height, and it could automatically provide the dimensions of rectangular ones. Ikea also came up with an AR app called Ikea Place, which lets you place virtual furniture in your house by simply taking a photograph of your physical space. Perhaps one of the best free AR apps out there is Jigspace. This app allows you to explore interactive 3D objects of just about anything. The library includes a mixture of fields such as machines, science, how-to, space, and even history. If you want a more in-depth video about this topic, check out our video about AR on your top right-hand corner. And finally, the last on our shortlist is mixed reality. MR is the merging of real and virtual worlds to produce new environments and visualizations, where physical and digital objects coexist and interact in real time. As the name implies, mixed reality is the mixing of the real and virtual world. MR does not exclusively take place in either the physical or the virtual world, but is rather a hybrid of the two. MR is similar to augmented reality, but there is a key difference. Mixed reality allows virtual overlay graphics to interact with the real world. On February 2019, Microsoft released their new pair of mixed reality smart glasses called HoloLens 2. In this showcase, they demonstrated their MR smart glasses with an application created with Unreal Engine. 2 months after the announcement, the HoloLens 2 emulator also was made available to developers, which allows developers to create applications for this MR device. The HoloLens 2 has a diagonal field of view of 52 degrees with a resolution of 47 pixels per degree, improved hologram stability, new hardware, and accelerated workloads such as eye tracking, fully articulated hand tracking, semantic labeling, spatial audio, etc. However, this device is not currently meant for consumers as its price is enormous, costing $3,500. In your top right-hand corner, you can find a more detailed video about MR. And there you have it, the three main realities that compose extended reality. That's why there is a need to improve this technology and come up with an XR device that encompasses all three realities, instead of having a different device for each realm: a VR headset, an AR-compatible device, and an MR headset. The market will eventually produce an affordable device meant for consumers that has all realities. One device. On May 2020, Qualcomm, the company that makes the chip for the Oculus Quest VR headset, came up with a huge announcement. They will start collaborating with 15 world-leading operators to deliver XR viewers. These operators plan to make XR part of their 5G offerings for consumers and enterprises within 2021. The XR viewers, as they call them, are lightweight, head-worn glasses that connect to a smartphone powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 855 or 865 mobile platforms. Tethered to a 5G-enabled smartphone via USB-C cable, XR viewers unlock a new generation of immersive experiences using 5G-enabled smartphones that provide high bandwidth and low latency, which is essential for high-quality XR. On their website, it states, consumers' favorite smartphone applications can become augmented reality experiences in front of their eyes, or workplace meetings can be revolutionized through holographic telepresence with virtual collaboration platforms, as XR and 5G come together to transform how the world connects, communicates, and consumes content. To protect the market of XR devices and ensure software and hardware optimization, Qualcomm has an XR optimized certification program, which includes 6 degrees of freedom, head tracking performance on the viewer smartphone, display calibration validation for the viewer, motion and photon latency validation on the viewer and smartphone, power and thermal test on the viewer and smartphone, interoperability between the viewer and smartphone. Within 1 to 4 years, they expect XR viewers to become wireless. By the next 5 to 10 years, we will probably have 5G tethered glasses. The tech company that designs GPUs is also focused on the development of XR technology. Their Cloud XR is their core platform for streaming virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality content from any open VR or XR application on a remote server, cloud, data, center, or edge. Whether rendering complex graphics, stitching together 360-degree video, or rendering volumetric scenes, the Cloud XR streaming stack lets developers leverage a flexible, high-performance cloud. Nreal-Light are the first lightweight mixed reality glasses that look like normal glasses, but offer the capability to blend in both the real world and with mixed reality world. They offer a 52-degree field of view and weigh only 88 grams. They come with a computing pack and controller, but can also be tethered to a smartphone. And perhaps the best part about the Nreal-Light MR glasses is that they come as a computer kit package too. With the development of these many XR devices, the future technology in general looks very bright. Did you like this video? Then show your support by subscribing, ringing the bell, and enabling notifications to never miss videos like this.
Now, actually, research in the current and augmented reality, virtual reality, the various countries in the universe. This is most of the countries are doing. As can see, most AR research in terms of publication output by top research in China, Japan, Europe, USA, and Australia. In this country, there are few universities doing augmented reality research, but they tend to have large number of top AR researchers. However, there are still a number of star researchers are doing great research by themselves at institutions in all over the world. Unfortunately, there are also very few strong augmented reality researchers in South America, Africa, and India, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. And let us see that augmented reality and virtual reality, along with artificial intelligence, as robotics.
Yesterday's magic is tomorrow's reality.
This is another example for extended reality.
Technology empowers the possibilities of yesterday to become today's reality.
Now with AI, AR, VR, and robotics, we can go
Wider, further,
and deeper than ever before.
with the undiscovered capability of new technology.
The kind your parents could only imagine.
You can be the spark of innovation that makes our new reality.
The visions of how yesterday will change
And advancing technology
drives this economy.
with today's technology, it's all about the passion to learn, new experiences.
And commitment to innovation
Every generation,
every year.
every month,
This happens in America.
day at UAT.
In tech respect
And be the next one.
to make it happen.
Let us see that workforce development benefits for augmented reality and virtual reality. So provide information in real time. So there are 49% growth in this information real-time world. We are using this. Facilitate training and mirroring real-life experience of 49%. Then it's a creativity in product design. Let us see that communication and collaboration also. And also enable to remote workspace to collaborate in real-time work is 47%. Allows the user to live someone else's life in the experience 41%. Capture novel user data like behavior, eye, and gesture tracking. So these are the 29%. Now let us see the benefits for this workforce environment. Improved communication and collaboration. So actually, nowadays the AR and VR are changing the ways business function, and this technology is continuing to gain momentum, and such a significant increase in demand is for a good reason. There are some important benefits in augmented reality and virtual reality applications. There can be various industries. Let us go for one by one. How improved communication and collaboration. When it comes to international partnership, augmented reality and virtual reality remove the barriers. These technologies can assist translations or creating a shared space. VR enables people to attend the conference or source virtually and brings a live event to those who could not participate otherwise. The participants located around the globe share VR experience simultaneously, which can ensure more transparent product cooperation. Now let us see the memorable and enhanced user experience. Applications of augmented reality make the customer more detail about the analytics is also saying. Boosting the scales, memorable and enhanced user experience. Applications of augmented reality make more customer experience more efficient and comfortable for AR technology enables people to virtually model and try to on items such as clothing houses, jewelry, makeup, cars, furniture. This enabled experience leads to measurable positive response for the increased sales. So boosting the sales also, most of the benefits are using workforce environment. The future augmented reality will be like this.
Augmented reality is an advanced version of the real physical world that is achieved through the use of digital visual elements, sound, or other sensory stimuli. There are many augmented reality use cases you'll see in the future, like in education. Augmented reality has a number of applications that can help improve the learning experience for students, especially for more visual-focused learners. One of the primary advantages of augmented reality is the ability for a student to inspect a 3D hologram from many different angles. By moving around a virtual object or rotating it in space, they can better examine and understand certain concepts. This alone can revolutionize learning in topics like biology, anatomy, cosmology, geometry, and more. Augmented reality also enables students to benefit from at-home experiential learning. Students can run scientific and mathematical simulations in 3D space and view the results from every angle. For example, students can see how certain medications affect various organs in the human body, and they can adjust various physical conditions on a virtual planet to see how those conditions affect its ability to support life. This kind of learning is more likely to be memorable and understood by students compared to other methods. Number two, appliances, furniture, and other tangible products. There are already over a dozen smartphone apps that can make this possible. With AR, customers click on the product and instantly see it overlaid wherever they point their mobile device. That means customers can see how appliances and furniture look at their homes. In this scenario, customers can quickly change types of appliances and furniture, colors, sizes, and so forth. This is excellent for visualizing room arrangements and color matching before making a purchase. Shopify AR is an example of a tool that already allows customers to view products in natural models before buying.
This is to ensure that the products are a good fit for the purpose intended. Even though this technology already exists, it will only become more seamless and user-friendly over time. Number 3, clothing and fashion. Augmented reality simulates in-person shopping experiences online, allowing customers to see how a product might look. For example, customers have virtual versions of jackets, footwear, jewelry, makeup, and sunglasses look on. Some people call this virtual fitting room technology, and its global market is projected to hit 10 billion by 2027. Smartphones, smart glasses, and other handheld and wearable devices will provide the bulk of these experiences. Smart mirrors are another way to use augmented reality to facilitate these types of experiences. Many large retail chains like Ralph Lauren and H&M are already featuring smart mirrors in their stores. Number 4, Jarvis-like virtual assistants. A company called Mojo is currently developing AR lens with micro-LED displays that place information inside a wearer's eyes. Its first priority is to help people struggling with poor vision by providing better contrast or the ability to zoom in on objects. But eventually, the lenses will be made available to everyone and could be used to show things like health tracking stats, text messages, weather reports, and more. It can also help us enhance our sight in low light conditions or serve as a teleprompter for speaking events. Eventually, AR lens and AR glasses could be used to augment the world around us and even facilitate virtual assistants with the help of sophisticated AI. Depending on what permissions you grant to a virtual assistance software, it can listen to all of your conversations, read your emails, monitor your blood chemistry, and more. With access to all this data, this AI-enabled software will learn your preferences, anticipate your needs and behaviors, shop for you, monitor your health, and help you navigate toward your mid and long-term goals. Number 5, the creation of the metaverse. The combination of augmented reality, virtual reality, AI, 5G networks, and other technologies will make an open metaverse possible. The metaverse refers to a convergence of physical, augmented, and virtual reality in a shared online space. The metaverse is the next step in the internet's evolution. You can think of the metaverse as a 4D version of the current internet. The metaverse can be thought of as an internet that you're inside of, rather than one that you merely live in. It will impact every industry in existence. Number 6, outdoor and indoor navigation. AR can make it easier to navigate in outdoor and indoor environments. For indoors, a line can overlay the ground and guide you toward a destination in a large airport, an airport parking lot, a large mall, an office building, a college campus, and so on. For outdoors, instead of typing in an address in your map software, you will be able to point to a location and the directions will pop up automatically. And you can follow an AR created trail on the ground, perhaps with consideration to physical obstacles that might be in the way. Additionally, you can point to an option such as a building and receive information about it without even knowing what it's for. Number 7, healthcare. There are 3 big roles AR can play in the future of healthcare. Consumer education. AR can help patients understand the benefits and risks of certain medications and procedures by providing visual demonstrations and simulations. Assisting doctors. AR can help doctors by creating simulations of how certain procedures should be done, and they can help medical students by offering a very intuitive representation of the human body. Medication sales. The competition among drug makers is fierce, and even the slightest advantage can lead to new sales. If a salesperson is trying to gain the attention of doctors towards a new medication, they can use virtual simulations to demonstrate the positive effects of the drug. Number 8, automotive industry. AR heads-up displays can help drivers process information that enhances the view of buildings. This type of display can make drivers aware of potential hazards occurring ahead of them on their commutes. They can also make it easier to navigate in the traditional map software code due to customized visuals that are tailored to the terrain. Car manufacturers like Nissan, Audi, already use this type of technology. Additionally, AR can be used for automotive marketing. BMW and Accenture designed an AR application that enables customers to experience a new car in the driveway without having to go to a dealership. Customers can also see what the virtual car looks like in different colors. Number 9, sporting events. In the United States, the Major League Baseball League explored the possibility of system to create AR experiences by having precise data where players and the ball are on the field at all times during the match. AR delivery in a virtual space can be accomplished with a greater degree of accuracy and realism using this type of data. It seems likely that data from other sports such as soccer, American football, golf, and and others could use the same strategy to provide AR experiences to fans. Number 10, virtual user instructions and assembly instructions. AR-based virtual user manuals can display 3D holograms, overlays, and visual instructions in the form of 3D animations for products such as vehicles, refrigerators, cameras, and when it comes to assembly instructions, you'll be able to see the construction of items such as desks, cabinets, and more in many phases in the form of 3D holograms and 3D animations. Thanks for watching. To learn more about augmented reality, make sure to watch the video to the right. Augmented reality.
So these are listed some tools for creating this augmented virtual technologies. Before you, this tool is used for augmented reality system development toolkit, the computer vision technology for the detection and the tracking for the image detects. The Kundan is also locates insert for surrounding environments for the simultaneous location and the mapping. ECR recognizes the monitor to several 3D objects simultaneously. And the Max ST provides for the augmented reality software solution for various sectors, including the fashion publishing and advertising. So Apple AR already seen that the best AR augmented reality creation toolkit for the classes, and Google AR core already we know that. So this also helps for the smartphone to feel its environment, understand the world, to communicate information using various application programming interfaces. These are the tools available to create the artificial engines, and that means along with artificial engines, we created augmented reality and virtual reality. Along with the startup companies for the funding for augmented reality and virtual reality, startups reaching an all-time high. Startups building the next competition platform. So with this augmented reality and virtual reality back on the upswing. So these are the companies who are discussing that. So these are the top companies developing that. It is a core company for the augmented reality, virtual reality. These are the development companies for the augmented virtual reality. These are the application development companies and also distribution companies are listed here. So these most of the startups who are developing and applications creating, distributing the service companies and hardware creators also. Most of the startups companies are entered nowadays in this domain. So they are also achieving huge money generation also in this field. So let us see that what are the startups in India. So third Plix Visual Effects will be also one of the top companies in the startup company in India. So its main work for this is an immense experience for company using latest visualization technology to making and delivering these sales also. XR also one of the top companies are created startup company in India. So a technology it creates a memorable experience for your audience to leverage the virtual reality created for the XR. Depth and Tech also will be there, one of the startup company, and the Dreamsoft Innovations also one of the startup company. Most of the software companies are the top designing and development for this. Meraki also one of the startup company in India, producing engaging content through the innovative and experimental medium for the blending and the hard technology for this field. So these are the startup companies listed out here. More companies are also there. So PlugX are also one of the company, startup company. They are developing that unbelievably easy to use cloud-based AR platform technology are using bring into our nowadays now too. Resume Press Softech also one of the design and creator holographic software for the nowadays. SmartWiz is also one of the startup company. Technique Technology is also one of the startup company. These are the many listed companies. The famous companies are listed. All these startups company in India. Now let us see that how the market in this augmented reality and virtual reality in the future by 2025. So illustrated a graph listed from the education field. In the education field, there are 0.7 billion money generated for this education field. In the military, the amount is generated for $1.4 billion money generated from this market for the military domain. In retail, there are $1.6 billion generated from the retail field. In real estate, $2.6 billion amount is generated from the real estate. In the engineering field, 4.5 $7 billion generated from the engineering field. In healthcare, so $5.1 billion generated from the healthcare. So most of this, so video games only the most huge money generated field in this VR technologies. So 11.6 billion money generated from this video games. So most of the money is generated from these video games only. So live events also generate money. So $4.1 billion money generated from the live events, and also entertainment, video entertainment also is there. So $3.2 billion money generated from this AR/VR technologies. So that will be in future in 2025. So there are chances to upward trends to increase the more money generated in this domain. So most of the field, healthcare, all the fields, engineering, education, real time, so real estate and retail, entertainment, everything. So this field is dominating now. So definitely in future it will give a very good opportunity for all of us. So with this, I conclude this VR technology. So according to the Tech Science Research Report India, so AR/VR market is expected to witness a robust growth in the next 5 years, moving for rising adoption technologies and diverse portfolio sectors, including content generation, engineering, and technology, and development of virtual application for the electronic devices to create customizable content. The rollout of the 5G technologies, the Wi-Fi 6, and emerging technologies, including big data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, is a fuel in India for augmented reality and virtual reality market growth. Digital transformation is observed around the world, and the growing tourism industry is also fueling to the market growth for the future upcoming 5 years. However, lack of awareness and underdeveloped economics and high cost of equipment required for augmented reality and virtual reality, coupled with the harmful effect over eyes, and create a hindrance to the market growth. India augmented reality and virtual reality market can be segregated by product type, so organization's size, offering application, end user, the companies based also used. Based on the application, market is further divided into dominate the market is a forecast period due to the rise of application of technology in consumer electronics and development, interactive gaming platforms. Also rise the awareness regarding augmented reality and virtual reality is a major driver for the market growth. Depending on product type, market is categorized the head-mounted display (HMD). So head-up display, smart glass, handheld device applications. Head-mount display is expected to hold major market share for the next 5 years. Growing investment for the development of the technology is driving a market. Also, a rise in demand for highlight displays for increasing affordable among the middle class families and fostering for the growth of the market. Presence by young populations emerged in engaging content in country, along with the applications in various sectors comprising the healthcare, tourism, defense, gaming, automotive is also contributing to such the demand for the augmented reality and virtual reality in India. Mercy Software, Sony India, Imaginate Software Labs, Samsung India Electronics, Tata Elxsi, SmartWiz, Northern Mintech, Microsoft Corporation, Google India, OnePlus Technology are the leading players operating in India augmented reality and virtual reality market. Manufacturers are increasing focus on research and development process to fuel their high growth in the market to meet evolving customer demand with respect to better efficiency and durability. Several electric charging vehicle infrastructure manufacturing also upcoming with their technology advanced offering, and also adoption of augmented reality and virtual reality for training purposes also replicate real life situations, and instill qualifying training by prestigious institutions expected to fuel the market growth. For instance, healthcare sector is using 3D modeling for the training purpose, among others. High-end investors from the key players to provide engaging consumer experience, productivity gains in boosting the market growth, also reduction development cost, would benefit the new investors settling their business in India. So we are also interested to develop this type of tools. Through these tools, we are also getting interested. So in the future, definitely, we believe that so the future will be based on this augmented and virtual reality only. Thank you for opportunities given to me. So wish you everyone, wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our head of the department, Computer Science and Engineering, Dr. P. Ezhumalai, sir, for enlightening us with his knowledge in his busy schedule. We are glad to have you as our speaker. Thank you, sir. Today's session was very informative and gave us deep insights into the topic research in augmented reality and virtual reality. I once again thank Dr. Ezhumalai, sir, for presenting a wonderful session. Thank you, sir.